Sweet dreams are made screen-free. Who wants to scroll endlessly? Keep tablets out, allow 0 apps. Alarm clocks only, no digital trap.
Hello, I'm Delaney Ruston, primary care physician and creator with Lisa Tabb of the 4 Screenagers movies. And this is Parenting in the Screen Age, a show about discovering the best ways to help our youth and ourselves navigate a rapidly changing digital world. I'm super excited about this episode of the podcast. It's all about addressing the realities of making screen-free sleep happen for your child. And I also want to tell you about our latest campaign, which is called Screen-Free Sleep. We just launched it, and it's super amazing. It's exciting. Parents and schools are reaching out to bring this to their schools and their communities, like faith-based communities, after-school programs, all sorts of places. Just like back in 2017, when we launched the Away for the Day campaign to get phones and now smartwatches put away for the whole school day, we've now launched the Screen-Free Sleep campaign. So in the show today, I'll talk briefly about the campaign at the start, and then you'll hear me doing man-on-the-street interviews with a few parents and kids. And then I'll offer solutions to challenges for making kids' rooms screen-free for bedtime. If bedrooms can be screen-free all the time, even better. But our campaign is not about that. It's about sleep time. So now about the campaign. We're really focused on homes with elementary and middle school age kids because it's easier to implement screen-free sleep at those ages. We know that roughly 82% of high schoolers sleep with their phones or other devices in their rooms. Reversing that is possible, but much harder. So we're targeting before kids are in high school, with the goal that the practice will eventually continue into the high school years. And if you do have a high schooler, please still listen. Plenty of homes have successfully reversed course, so it's never too late. So why this campaign? Well, for years I've known we've needed one, a campaign to get devices out of kids' bedrooms at night. And honestly, I hoped a campaign would come from within my own field, medicine, which is both physical and mental health. This is what care providers and medical organizations are supposed to do, right? Lead public health campaigns that change behavior. But the reality is no national PSA campaign ever came. Nothing parents everywhere could rally behind the way we've seen for car seats, seatbelts, bike helmets. So ultimately, Lisa Tabb, my partner with the Screenagers movies and movement, and I decided we just have to create it ourselves with our Screenagers team. And that's exactly what we've done. And let me just add, we've started it, but it's about all of you guys to make this really happen. The campaign is advocating for 3 things. Have all devices removed from a child or tween's bedroom for sleep time. That includes tablets, phones, smartwatches, Alexa, and so on. Replace them with a simple, non-internet connected alarm clock. And store devices in a secure place, like a parent's bedroom, so kids don't carry the burden of temptation to sneak and use them during the night. Why protect sleep? Well, anxiety, depression, academic struggles, lots of things have increased big time over the past decade. And a major contributor is sleep deprivation, which has also increased. Man, the number of teachers who say to me, kids, elementary and older, are more tired than ever in school is like really off the charts. And one of the big drivers is that screens are in bedrooms at night. Rather than go over all the mental and physical repercussions of sleep loss in kids and teens, which is a lot, I'm going to instead refer you to our website, screenfreesleep.org, which has a really robust research section. I also hope you caught or will listen to my last podcast episode, which is all about the latest research on what's happening to young people who get too little sleep. Super fascinating. Now back to the campaign. With a New York creative team led by Dave Ciccarelli, a fun conversation starter was created, iSleep Pro Kits. They look like iPhone boxes, and they have a 9-year-old girl on the box looking at something over her eyes that could be the latest tech device. But when you open the box, instead of a phone, you find an eye mask, which is what the girl was looking at, alarm clock stickers, and a short guide that explains in fun, catchy language why the best tech at bedtime is no tech at all. These kids are a playful way for parents and communities and schools all over the place to spark conversations about the movement. And now parents at schools all over the country, teachers, counselors, workplaces, entire school districts have been reaching out to us to bring the campaign to their community. And I'm hoping this podcast is going to inspire you as well. That's the whole gist of this. Making this the norm for all homes, these groups can use iSleep Pro kits as wonderful conversation starters. And tons of people on our website are pledging yes to screen-free sleep. After you listen today, I hope you'll go to screenfreesleep.org and do the pledge. Okay, so how did we launch this campaign? August in the Big Apple, New York City. Teams of Steve Jobs lookalikes did flash mob dances all over the city, handing out iSleep Pro kits to parents and engaging them in conversations. When you go to the website, you get to see a sizzler reel of that whole event. And what's super cool is that the music and flash mob dance are available at the website. So any group of parents, teachers, kids can learn the dance and do it at any awareness event. I was there in New York and I did man on the street interviews. And then afterwards I did this in Chicago. And we'll be hitting other cities soon. I want to share a couple of my man on the street interviews now. And note that one was done in front of a big Chicago fountain, so you'll hear the background noise. What you're going to hear when I do Man on the Street is my intro to a person as I hand them the iSleep Pro box, and they open it and find no tech at all, but a sleep mask, alarm clock stickers, and guide booklet. And let me say here, it's not that we're advocating that kids wear sleep masks. The masks represent having devices away. Here I am talking with a mom, and her child is nearby.
So I have the latest technology, groundbreaking, to help your child sleep better at night. iSleep Pro, okay, Dream in 8K, and it says Learning Enhancer. The best letter grades are straight Z's. So go ahead and open up this very revolutionary technology.
She opens a box and looks a bit surprised that it's just about a mask, not a new tech device, and she's really smiling.
So the point is, the best technology for our kids is no technology during bedtime. So what do you do with your child now? How old is your child?
He's 8.
And does he sleep with technology in the bedroom?
On the nightstand.
Oh, what does he have?
An iPad.
Okay, so we're advocating, because even though he might not use it now, that can change any moment.
Yeah.
So we're really trying to set the norm. It's really the seatbelt of our time.
Yes.
To have it out of the bedroom and actually in your room
Yes.
for sleep time. Do you, what keeps you from doing that already?
Convenience.
Uh-huh.
The charger's right there, so it's like on the, it's just easy to find
Yeah.
and put there, but I mean, there's no reason why it can't be anywhere else.
What we've learned is that just having the devices in the bedroom almost doubles the chance of them not getting adequate sleep.
I can see that.
Yeah. Do you think you could consider trying it?
Yes, absolutely. I will be sharing this with all of my mom friends.
Yes! Good. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Now here's me talking with a dad who just opened up the iSleep Pro box and is looking at the sleep mask.
What it is it represents our movement to get technology out of the bedroom for kids for sleep time. How old is your child?
13.
And does she have technology in her bedroom?
No, but yes. Yes, she does.
When the dad said no, yes, he gave a big smile. The moment being his knowing what he thinks I want to hear versus the reality.
Yeah.
What do you think the benefits would be for your daughter if she didn't have technology in her bedroom?
She'd close her eyes and go to bed.
There's so much data about technology in the bedroom that it impacts their sleep a lot, even when they don't use it.
Oh, no, I agree. I believe it.
You're going to maybe give it a try?
I will. No, I will. Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. If you go here to screenfreesleep.org, there's a pledge, and let a few people know. And,
Okay.
and you can use that for the plane, or she can use it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for doing
Thank you.
this.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now I talk with a middle schooler and his mom is with him, and he's looking at this sleep mask.
Yeah, I see friends falling asleep in class all the time.
Did that ever happen to you?
Sometimes, yeah.
And what do you do at night on your screen?
Just scroll through TikTok, Instagram, yeah.
What about falling asleep with an alarm clock so you're just listening to the tick-tock of the alarm clock and not the tick-tocks? Let's see what's in the box related to that. Open it up. There's more things.
Now he pulls out of the box the stickers of alarm clocks. And you hear the mom laugh and say, very good. And you should see her huge grin.
Can you get a regular old clock?
Yeah, I can try.
Very good.
Here's the final interview, a girl and her mom.
What do you sleep with?
My iPad.
Your iPad.
I turn to the mom.
We're doing a campaign to get the technology to be in your room for sleep time. And starting now, continuing up through high school, that overall she will have better brain development and better moods. Are you kind of interested in doing that, or you're not so sure?
Yes, for sure. Anything that is good for her. Yes, I want it.
Yes. And so what do you think you'll do instead when you fall asleep if you're not on your iPad?
I will just fall asleep and I will just try to close my eyes.
Wonderful. And when you close your eyes, is there anything you like to think about?
I'll play with my friends.
Okay, fun to hear from all of them. I sure didn't want this podcast to only be my voice. So now let me give some examples of common pushbacks I get from parents regarding making a child's bedtime tech-free, and some answers to them. And note there are others at screenfreesleep.org. Parent, my child has tech in the bedroom, but they don't actually use it at bedtime. Well, what I would say to that, I get why they feel that way. But here's the thing, just having a phone or device in the room makes it a lot harder for kids to fully settle. Research shows that it almost doubles the chance of not getting enough sleep, both the quality and quantity. Kids often end up lying in bed thinking about a text or a social situation. They might be revved up thinking about video games. And the truth is, temptations shift over time, like a new crush that they want to text with. What isn't a draw right now could suddenly become one. Okay, parent says, the ongoing resistance just wears me down. I hear this often. It can feel exhausting to be the bad guy night after night. But eventually, you're not going to be the bad guy. It's going to become the norm. But that's exactly why we're also working to make screen-free sleep the norm across families, for example, within a school. When more families do it, kids can't keep saying, well, other people have their watch or their phone or their Switch or their iPad in their room. You don't have to carry this alone. Building stronger communities is going to really make this so much easier for parents to hold the line. Okay, next one. Parent, I want my child to feel trusted. Absolutely. Trust between you and your child is so important. But this isn't really about trust. Your kid is tired at night, and the content on devices is personalized just for them. Or it's just super engaging by default. Or it's the fact that all their friends could be a text away. And the feeling of FOMO. It's just so much. So taking devices out of the bedroom isn't a sign of mistrust. It's about setting them up for success so they don't have to fight that uphill battle. Okay, next one, parent. We use parental control apps to shut things off at night. Well, let me just say, as I mentioned, just having a device in the room can still interfere with sleep. Also, kids configure workarounds. It's not their fault. These tools are designed to be engaging, and the pull to bypass limits can be just so strong. Okay, parent, but my child uses tech to fall asleep. That's such a common one. One recent study found that this is the case for about 20% of kids. The tricky part is that when kids rely on tech to drift off, it can turn into a sleep dependency, and they can be tempted to go on the tech. A better approach is to build calming, non-tech habits at bedtime, reading, doodling, journaling, or just listening to gentle sounds. If your child really likes music or stories, you can still make it work. Use a simple sound machine or a non-internet music player, or stream from a device that stays outside the bedroom and connects to a little Bluetooth speaker inside. Okay, last one. Parent, my child will be angry if we start this new rule. Honestly, that's totally normal. Most kids push back at first. Their devices feel important, and they've got plenty of reasons to argue for keeping them. The key is to give them space to explain those reasons so that they can feel heard. And then you can share your why. like share brain development impact of sleep deprivation, the toll it can take on mood and friendships. If you have an athlete, tell them about the research that shows that basketball players who stayed up late at night on social media actually performed worse the next day. In fact, just last week in my clinic, I was talking to a teenager about this because he was a basketball player and his eyes really lit up. So frame this as an act of care. And I'm not even going to go into the other whole issues of when we take devices out of the bedroom, we're really keeping the risk of bullying, of inappropriate content. All of that is also secured when devices are out of the bedroom. Okay, so those are some of the pushbacks, but there's other ones, like I mentioned, at screenfreesleep.org. And we want to hear from you. So if you have other ones or concerns or challenges you have, please let us know. I want to add that the week of September 15th is Student Sleep Health Week, and schools and other groups are organizing activities around screen-free sleep that week. We'd love to hear from you if you want to do this as well, or of course anytime during the year. But if we really concentrate this mid-September, it's going to be a perfect way to get a lot more momentum going. On our website, we've got so many resources available. Downloadable parent handouts, info on obtaining iSleep Pro kits, poster and sticker templates, fun videos to share, and a lot more. And let me say that all 4 of our Screenagers movies include a section on sleep. And elementary schools, for example, are calling us right now to screen the elementary school-age Screenagers film and then hand out iSleep Pro kits afterwards and all sorts of other resources. I really hope some adventurous parents and kids will have fun together beforehand, learning the flash mob dance. Can't you just picture a bunch of 9-year-olds, their parents, teachers, and even the principal all giving it a try? And honestly, the sloppier it comes out, the more everyone laughs. You really have to go onto the website and listen to the song that was made specifically for the campaign. Okay, so in summary, action steps you can do right now. Go to screenfreesleep.org and sign the pledge. Then invite 3 people you know to sign it too. And please help schools, PTAs, youth groups, all sorts of groups find us so they can join in spreading the message, and they can help parents everywhere. This is how real cultural shifts happen. Remember, when Lisa and I and the Screenagers team launched Away for the Day back in 2017, a lot of people were skeptical about getting phones out of schools. But now, far more than half of states are enacting or have enacted policies that limit or ban phones in schools. Change can happen. So let's do this together. Let's make screen-free sleep the new normal, the seatbelt of our time. Thanks for listening, and thanks for helping to lead the change.
'Cause sweet dreams are made screen-free. Give that tablet to your mommy. Set your alarm and drift with ease. Just sleep, sleep, sleep until the beat.
What a gift that you tuned into the show today. The Screenagers podcast and movement is all about learning together how we can best help our youth of all ages, our communities, and ourselves best navigate our rapidly changing digital world. Make sure to follow/subscribe to the podcast to get each episode automatically, and the more subscribers, the easier it is for others to find us. And if you give it a like and write a review, even just 1 sentence, that helps even more. Check out screenagersmovie.com to get resources for each episode and loads of other resources. Learn about our 4 Screenagers films and find my weekly parenting blog, Tech Talk Tuesdays. And be sure to use the search bar to find many topics you might be wondering about among hundreds of my past blogs. Finally, I love hearing from you, so email me at delaney@screenagersmovie.com. What ideas do you want to hear for future episodes? Today's show was produced by the following people: me, your host, Delaney Ruston, Lisa Tabb, Rebecca Tolan, and sound editing was done by Alan Gofinski.